恭请大德僧听，为此法会及一切众生，请转妙法轮，教导我们如何了生脱死，离苦得乐，速证无生。Will the Sangha with great virtue, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering and attain bliss and embers and death, and quickly realize non-birth.
阿拉哈帝三藐三菩提耶，南无萨旦陀斯揭多耶，阿拉哈帝三藐三菩提耶。
南无萨旦陀娑切多耶，阿拉哈帝三藐三菩提耶。
南无萨旦陀斯揭多耶，阿拉哈帝三藐三菩提耶。
南无萨旦陀娑切多耶，阿拉哈帝三藐三菩提耶。
好，开经题。无上甚深微妙法，百千万劫难遭遇。我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。Supreme and wonderful Dharma, subtle and profound, rarely is encountered, even in alien eons. But now we see it, hearing, and accept it reverently. May we truly understand the Buddha's actual meaning. Okay. 好，诸佛菩萨、仙公上人，以及我们在座的佛友还有线上的我们今天晚上继续来讲这个《佛说阿弥陀经》。今天是1月4号，就是我们2000年的第一月份来讲这个《阿弥陀经》。
Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the Venerable Master, friends in the assembly, as well as cultivators online. Today, January 4th, 2020, is our first lecture for the year. We continue to investigate the Sutra of Limitless Life as spoken by the Buddha.
我们讲《佛说阿弥陀经》讲了很久了。那现在我们是慢慢进入这个比较正式的经文，也就是说这个正细分从昨天以前我们都讲完了。那现在我们还是在讲细分。所谓细分呢，序就是开序，这个节目你就开幕就是那个要开始进入比较重要的重头戏就是一个序。这个是我们目前慢慢进入的这个佛说阿弥陀经的地方。
We have been studying this sutra for a long time now, and slowly we're getting into the proper, the main part, the the core part of the sutra, known as the instructional section of the sutra.
好，我们一样的，一开始之前，我们还是来念几声佛号，我们把这个心定下来，也能够邀请我们诸佛菩萨他们来一起跟我们加持。
Let's begin by reciting the Buddha's name as usual, to calm our mind and also to invite the presence of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas.
好，OK， 我们从6日就以后再转4日。南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛。OK， 好 ，very good， and yeah， 那个我们翻译的方老板他第一次打木鱼，在这里第一次打木鱼，也不过基本上都可以，就是念佛号蛮 easy 的，就是很容易的，这样子就可以了。
The master said, for someone like me, the first time hitting the woodfish, I passed.
好，那我们今天的经文在第12页，在第12页，然后英文13页。
Page 12 for the Chinese and 13 English.
12页的就是最后的地方，最后一段啊，尔时世尊诸根业欲知受清净，一直我们看到翻过来， 那没关系，我们先念一下到白佛言这样子。
Last paragraph.
OK， 好，我们还是一样要合掌，然后我们一起念中文，等一下再念英文。好。
尔时世尊诸根业余，知识清净，光焰为尊者阿难，成佛圣旨，即从坐起，偏袒右肩，长跪合掌，而白佛言。
好，我们到这里。英文。
At that time there was serenity and joy in all of the world-honored one's sense faculties. His countenance was clear, beaming with glorious light. Upon recognizing the Buddha's intention, Venerable Ananda immediately arose from his seat, bare his right shoulder, knelt before the Buddha with his palms together, and said.
好经文上的这个尔时世尊，就是在当时，因为这个大法会。当时的释迦牟尼佛，世尊就是释迦牟尼佛，他要说法以那时候的一个时间。那这个所谓讲世尊呢，世尊就是讲我们刚才讲的释迦牟尼佛，他的智慧也还有他是超三界的，超所谓三界就是我想不多解释。然后那个无有能够跟他相比，然后他是至高无上的。
So we're getting into the part of the sutra where we're in this great Dharma assembly, the world honored one, which is another title for the Buddha, began to speak the Dharma. At that time, as in the convention of all sutras, the time is not specific, but we know it happened at a certain time. And this is an extremely supreme assembly, and the Buddha's wisdom shone through, transcending all three realms of existence, and everything he exhibited was incomparable.
那个唐朝的慧远大师就是我们初祖，然后他有讲到这个佛他的众德都是具备的，他是我们世间上所敬佩的，所以称为世尊。那这个世尊也是10种名号之一，我们常常会念到10种名号。那这个佛弟子呢？都认为释迦牟尼佛是我们的世间上是最珍贵的。
According to explanation by Great Master Hui Yuan of the Jin Dynasty, the Buddha, replete with all the virtues, is universally respected and revered, which is why he's called the world honored one of 10 common titles for a Buddha, and is universally and commonly recognized not only by lay people, but all those who believe, and they all regard the Buddha as the most precious and the most revered of living beings in the universe.
好诸根业欲，这个就是一种视线喜悦的相，就是释迦牟尼佛他要讲法以前，诸根我们可以讲六根眼耳鼻舌身意的视线非常高兴。为什么高兴？等一下会有解释的。
The Buddha exhibiting joy and comfort through all of his sense faculties, all his roots, and that means all the five obvious roots: eye, ear, tongue, body, and the nose, the sense, the smelling organ, and of course internally the conscious organ as well, all exhibiting joy. And why such joy? We're going to talk about that later.
经文讲知色清净，这个也是在视线的一个喜悦相之一就是他的整个的仪容，就是所看到的他的释迦牟尼佛的这个身体呢，都是非常清新纯净的，给人家看了非常舒服悦郁的一种感觉。
On top of it, in fact, the entire appearance of the Buddha was pure, and this body, the posture as well as his appearance from head to toe, was pure and fresh, completely undefiled. And when someone sees it, person becomes feels very well and very warm.
好，经文一样的在下句，就是光焰巍巍，就是说他所显出来的这个身体都是发光，它的颜色是非常壮丽，然后那个就是发光，因为佛要说法的时候，他都非常高兴，然后身体会发光。
And he emits this brightness, this brilliance, an awesome kind of light, which is typical when the Buddha is about to speak the Dharma, that his entire being emits a brilliant light, so that we know it's about to begin.
所以刚才我们讲过这个为什么高兴？为什么佛会很高兴？在慧眼大师里面，他讲到有两点第一个就是说念阿弥陀佛号，讲这个经，念阿弥陀佛号，他就可以守成行德，就是说他能够得到成佛的这个所以他非常高兴。另外一个就是说，他看当时的众生这个时间已经到了，所以他非常欢喜来讲出这个经典。
The Buddha was joyous. Why? Well, again, Great Master Wei Yuan provided the explanation. He said there are the two aspects, the two meanings. First, the Buddha in introducing and be mindful of the Buddha Amitabha, he naturally was joyous because of the Amitabha Buddha's multitude of virtues. Secondly, the Buddha was happy because he was very glad for all the living beings having this chance of benefiting from hearing about Amitabha Buddha.
所以从这个那时候唐朝大师他这样子来解释这个经典，我们也可以了解到，我们今天能够得到这个念佛法门，然后来这个来研究这个经典，所以也是他那时候就讲了两个这个欢喜，所以我们也是一样的来欢喜这个我们的净宗的这个慧眼大师给我们的一个鼓励，所以非常不错的，我们大家也要珍惜。
Great Master Huai Yuan brought these 2 points up to encourage us, to clarify for us the supreme benefit of the Pure Land practice, Pure Land cultivation, him being the founding patriarch of this sect, and that's why he wanted to emphasize the joyousness of cultivating this particular Dharma door.
好，下面经文就是尊者阿难，成佛圣时，即从奏起，偏袒右肩，长跪合掌，白佛言。这个几句也是我们刚才我们的这个 Paul 康先生他请法的这个整个过程一样的，这个是一个法的开始，也是要有人情。那这个阿难他是一个请法的。
Now the sutra is talking about Ananda, the Venerable Ananda, and respecting the Buddha's meaning, his intention, arising from his seat, requesting the Dharma, and it's pretty much the same as Paul's earlier action in circumambulating the Buddhas. Requesting the Dharma is exactly the same meaning.
这个他讲成尊者阿难，我想大家都了解是佛的亲戚嘛。然后他成佛圣旨，这个就是来秉承这个佛的这个他的意志，圣明的意志，然后从他的座位起来，偏袒右肩。这个总共动作有5个动作，5个动作就是说，第一个来从坐起来，然后偏袒右肩，然后长跪，然后禀告佛陀。
So of course Ananda, who as we all know was the Buddha's cousin, and his request for Dharma consists of 5 separate actions. First one, he stood up, arose from his seat, and then he let bare his right shoulder, and then kneeling down, he put his palms together, and then finally he requested and spoke to the Buddha.
像这个对，刚才讲的五个动作啊，这个有一个动作就是起来以后，他要整意，因为那时候的比较接近我们南传的这个他们的着衣方式啊，都是要稍微整意，所以有这个整意的动作，所以总共加起来有5个动作。
One of those 5 actions, of course, is after he stood up, he fixed his garment, his robe, and that is an action in the tradition of the southern Buddhist tradition, showing the respect for the person you're requesting Dharma from.
其实像这个动作啊，我们在电视上也可以常常看到，我们古时候这个皇帝呀，他要召见底下的人，臣子啊，或者是他要去接见圣旨，去要给谁，然后所以他都会有那个仙子官啊，然后就带着一批人，然后就到达人那里，那个人他就仙子官就会说圣旨到，然后这个他就开始先然后就那个接的人，然后他就开始赶快跪下来，然后接旨，这个都一种讲起来也是一种礼貌啦。
This elaborate ceremonial series of actions is similar to Chinese dynastic etiquette in the court, in the imperial court, and we've seen it in TV series and movies. It's very elaborate. In the case of imperial orders, whoever is to be speaking to the emperor first has to kneel down, and the attendant of the emperor then say, the sagely decree from the emperor is now here, so and so, be ready to receive this decree. And then this person kneel down throughout the whole request and dip his head to receive the heavenly decree from the emperor.
就是要接旨的那个人要接旨。好，我们再继续看经文OK， 我们白佛言，就是他合掌白佛，就是跟讲出他跟释迦牟尼佛的一段话。那一段话后，下面我们就继续经文。
All this is done, of course, to show deep and comprehensive respect for the person above. So now we're going to get into Ananda's speech requesting the Buddha's instruction.
经文上今日世尊诸根业意，刚才已经有讲过了。姿色清净，光颜巍巍，如明镜净，隐唱表里，威容显耀，超绝无量，未曾瞻视，属妙如金。这个就是有他这个好，我们可以要一起读一下吗？刚才我们没有读。
Let's read the second paragraph together. 今日世尊诸根业余， 知识清净，光颜巍巍，如明镜净，影畅表里，威容显耀，超绝无量，未曾沾读，殊妙如金。Well-honored one, today all your sense faculties are serene and joyful. Your countenance is clear and beaming with glorious light, just like a bright mirror, so pristine that it reflects clearly and thoroughly. The splendor of your majestic appearance is unsurpassed and beyond measure. I have never seen you look so exceptionally wondrous like today.
这个就是他在重复他所看到的，就是今天师尊也示现出来的这个像然后好像明镜就是明镜，就是镜子里面非常的清净，然后它表里就是它的影子就是表面跟里面都是非常的光耀的这样子，然后这个是超绝无量，就是非常能够无量的，然后未曾沾读，就是以前好像没有看过这样子，那殊妙如今，今天是特别的殊胜，神妙，以前没有看过这样子的视线。
Ananda expressed his own astonishment that what he saw today in the Buddha, brilliant, pure, transcending all the way from inside to outside, bright, shining, unsurpassed, impossible to measure. It was simply something that he himself had never seen before, never encountered such wondrous state.
像这个佛要说法以前，他都会有一些奇妙的发光，他的意思有来给众生，第一个给众生警示注意，给他注意来听法。另外一个就是这种光明呢，众生看到这个光明，或者照到这个光明，都能够赶快能够无明能够照退，然后能够赶快觉悟。
When the Buddha is about to speak Dharma, oftentimes we do see this kind of wondrous signals and appearances. And emitting light was common. And the reason for that is to alert all the living beings to pay attention. Also, this light was used to break away our ignorance, hoping that we become enlightened. And then, of course, the Buddha wished all the living beings joy and happiness.
在佛陀时代有一次就是这个记载在《百业经》里面记载，他在守卫城，那有一个婆罗门，就是梳子，就是他布施的人，他载满着这个布施的东西，然后马车进去城里面，然后这个 他要来做布施，像布施给僧众啊，然后也甚至于一般的人需要他也可以布施，因为他这个施主算蛮发心的，所以他这个在这个释迦牟尼佛，他在那时候他是在透钵的时间，所以他那个施主他看到这个世尊这个威仪，然后非常的感动，然后就发很大的欢喜心，然后他又绕三匝以后就离开。
The Buddha's emitting light. There was a story in a sutra called the 100 Dharma Karma Sutra that speak of the Buddha's emitting light and smiling. At that time, in the city of Sravasti, a Brahmin who happened to be on the street with a cart filled with all sorts of merchandise. And he was in this horse-drawn cart. He was going to bring all his offerings into the city to offer to the Sangha. And just so happened the world-honored one was indeed in the city with his arms bowed, begging for food. When this Brahmin saw the world-honored one, his awesome 32 characteristics, his awesome deportment, he immediately was greatly joyous. He circumambulated the Buddha clockwise 3 times and then walked away.
所以他绕三匝以后走，然后世尊那时候就是展颜微笑，就是说他就是非常高兴，然后非常的有那时候阿难也是在他那个一样的微笑的时候，也是发出很多黄、红、白、蓝4种，然后这个光就是照到天上，然后下面就照到地狱，所以这个世尊的光呢，它也是绕的这个3000世界，然后在后面白毫光到最后白毫光出来，所以这个它这样子，一个是发光，然后这个动作微笑，这个是那位婆罗门他的布施的那个将可以得到独解的果位。
Upon which the Buddha smiled broadly. His golden countenance emitted lights of 4 colors, blue, yellow, red, and white, shooting all the way up to the heavens and down through the hells. His light then circled the 3,000 great thousand world, the whole universe, and then returning into the white tuft in the middle of between his brows. This, at the time, Ananda was also present, and the Buddha, by exhibiting such phenomenon, indicated that Brahmin, by offering to the Buddha, was instantly attaining the the status of Pratyeka Buddha.
所以这个阿难当时他看到以后呢，他就恭敬合掌的来问师尊说：“师尊，不会无缘无故的发光吧？然后又展微笑，所以你今天的师尊是有什么因缘身体能够发光微笑？”
Seeing that, Ananda asked the world-honored one, with palms together, he said, "World-honored one, I know that all the Tathagatas do not emit this kind of light for no good reason. And also for no good reason, they would not be smiling so broadly. Now that I see the world-honored one have done this, can you tell me what causes and conditions resulted in your emitting the light and smiling so broadly?"
所以这个佛就告诉阿难说：“对呀，对呀，如是如是。这个诸如来呢，他不会无缘无故的会发光微笑。像刚才你不是也看到一个那个乘着就是驾着车子要的婆罗门要去做布施吗？这样子的一个动作。”
The Buddha spoke to Ananda, indeed, all the Tathagatas do not, for no reason, exhibit this kind of light and broad smile. So don't you just see that there was this Brahmin on a horse-drawn carriage making offering? Did you not see that? Ananda said, "Yes, I did."
这个佛又再继续告诉阿难说，刚才那个布施的人叔子，因为他绕我三匝，就是绕佛三匝的这个功德将来在有13大劫中呢，不会得恶趣，就是不会得到不好的地方。然后13大劫，然后他会生在莲天，天界上面，然后得到各种快乐，然后再投身人间来出家，然后他可以证到独觉的果位。
The Buddha also told Ananda that person, the one that donated offering to me and also circumambulated me 3 times, he accumulated great merit and virtue, and in the future he shall never fell into the evil paths, lasting 13 great kalpas. At the end of those great kalpas, he shall be born in the human realm or the heavenly realm, enjoy all sorts of happiness, ultimately becoming a monk, staying in a pure place in Aranya, and then he shall be able to study the 37 articles of the way, ultimately certifying to the fruit of Pratyeka Buddha, and his name shall be known as the circumambulating Pratyeka Buddha.
所以这个我们读《楞严经》中，《楞严经》刚开始也是有这样子，从肉体中永百宝光，光中涌出千叶宝莲，有化如来 周宝花中丁放10道百宝光明，皆遍视线是恒河沙。所以这个讲起来，这个就是楞严经楞严咒的这个咒文里面。所以这个在所了解的就是这个所有的光啊，百宝光明，这个是最珍贵的。
The Buddha said, "That's why seeing what's going to happen to this person, I was happy to emit the light, and that's why I was smiling." And indeed, in the Shurangama Sutra, there was a revelation that at a certain point, the Buddha, from his flesh cowl at the top of his head, his crown, emit forth a light of 100 treasure. And from this light, a precious lotus with 1,000 leaves emerged. On top of that lotus platform, a transformative Buddha sitting in the middle, and then from that Buddha's crown, 10 beams of light emerged, with the light with 100 treasures, completely brilliant, and in that light, we saw Vajra, secret Vajras, numbering 10 Ganges rivers sand.
那个在讲这个发光啊，我们的慧基大师啊，他在终南山的时候也有大发光明，然后给那个天人送饭的时候他不能够接近。这个因为道仙他是算一个菩萨化身，肉身菩萨。我想把这个故事也讲一下。没有，有吗？那个。
I would also like to talk a little bit about the story of Great Master Kuei-ji, the disciple of Xuanzang, Great Master Xuanzang, where when he was dwelling in the Zhongnan mountain and was offered meals by heavenly beings.
所以这个我们知道，这个慧基大师他是三车法师，就是要一车是要酒、美女还有肉，酒、美女、肉，然后他才要出家。这个故事大家可以去看一下，那个仙公上人也讲过这个故事。
Kuei-ji, the great master, of course, often known as the patriarch with the 3 cots. Before he was tempted to leave home, he had to bring with him 3 cots full of stuff. One with wine, one with meat, and the last one with girlfriends.
所以这个因为这个故事也蛮长的，我们就是只有讲这个发光的这一段。那这个他因为他想啊，那时候道仙法师啊，就是道仙所谓法师，他是律，这个很有名的这个律师，就是他们守这个戒律的，守得非常好，所以非常有道德。然后他就感动了这个天人啊，给他送饭，然后他也是当然也是一样，一天吃一餐这样子。
Now, of course, that story with the three-card patriarch is a long one, very legendary. Many people already know about it. But let's pay attention to a contemporary monk, the great master Dao Xuan from the Vinaya school. He was one that upheld the precepts resolutely, and his morality was lofty to the point that heavenly beings were moved. And one time, as he was cultivating in the mountains, heavenly beings decided to make offerings of meals. And of course, the Venerable Dao Xuan himself ate one meal a day, according to the Vinaya.
因为这个他很有修行，那天人送饭啊，他意思也是来求福报，在这个道仙法师那边来求福报，所以他就发心来每天中午的时候就来送饭，这个是天人送饭供养的。
So the heavenly being, of course, seeing that there's a true cultivator and wanting to accumulate blessing himself, decided to make this meal offering every day and midday.
那这个魁基法师他听到说道仙法师那边有天人送饭，他想去尝一尝，因为他在其实他是很富贵家庭出家的，所以什么东西都尝过，就是没有尝过这个天人的饭。
Well, as we said, Kui Ji, the disciple of Shenzhang Fa Shi, heard about Great Master Dao Xuan being offered a meal by the heavenly beings. He was curious. Now, Kui Ji himself was from a rich family. He enjoyed all the blessings already, but he's never seen anything like this. He's never heard about anything like this, that every day in midday, heavenly beings would come down and make offering to this monk. So he wanted to check it out.
所以他就上山，就去终南山那边，然后去道仙法师那里，然后就说我来就是来应供天人的。他说好啊，你可以来，因为没有问题，他就留在那边。
So we went up to Zhongnan Mountain and sought out the Venerable Dao Xuan and let him know that why he was there. He said, I heard that heavenly beings are making offerings to you, meal offerings to you, and I sure would like to partake in it. And the Venerable Dao Xuan said, no problem. Yeah, it's a good idea. Come on, stick around.
所以他就在那边等着这个天人送饭了，但是等不到，他11点，普通都是11点、12点，或者是早一点10点，普通他们都大部分都 10点多就会送，然后11点上供啊这样子，到12点都没有来，所以这个好像是道宣法师在没有出现这个天人送饭啊，这样子是好像反正就说谎。
So they waited and waited. That day, no meal. Normally, meals come like in monasteries around 10 o'clock, so they can make offerings themselves, and then the meal was eaten by 11 o'clock, at the very latest by noon. But that particular day, nothing. No heavenly being at all.
所以他们这个轨迹法师他就一直等到7、8点了，也都没有到晚上也都没有来送饭，他就当天晚上就失望，然后就住在这个道宣法师那里。
So Kuiji waited throughout the day, 7, 8 o'clock at night, even nothing, no offering. He was greatly disappointed, and the Venerable Daoshen said, "Well, since you waited so long, why don't you just stick around, spend the night here?"
所以他也因为没有等到这个吃到这个天人的饭，所以他也是有一点不高兴。他就跟他说：“你没有你在这没有人送饭，好像你是在欺骗这个世界的人。”
Whereupon Kuiji said to Venerable Daoshen, "You know, I'm really kind of ticked off by this. I'm beginning to think that maybe all that story about heavenly offering of meals is kind of cheating other people. It's probably not true at all."
Yeah， 所以他又讲我今天来了，也怎么天人就不来了呢？这个是在打妄语，所以这个你还说你持戒很好，所以就非常不高兴。
Here I waited the whole day, no heavenly being. Could it be that you have committed false speech and you are known as someone who upholds the precepts resolutely? How could that be?
所以那就晚上住在那里。晚上住在那里的话，这个轨迹法师他就倒了就睡，然后就呼打得很厉害。那道宣法师说，他怎么有修行？怎么打呼这样子，也没有用功在打坐，打呼打了，他没有办法修行打坐，所以也是在埋怨这个轨迹法师。
So at night they went to sleep. Kuiji slept deeply, had a great deep sleep to the point he was snoring. And the Venerable Daoshen was wondering about this kid. Why was he snoring like this? What kind of cultivator was he?
所以这个这个第二天醒了以后啊，这个轨迹也就道宣法师就跟轨迹抱怨说：“你昨天晚上啊，你打呼害我都没有办法睡觉，也没有办法用功，真的是你这样子的当什么国师？因为那个时候轨迹是唐朝那时候当国师。”
So the next morning, the Venerable Daoshen complained to Kuiji and said, "You know, you're snoring last night. was tremendous. I couldn't sleep at all. What kind of country teacher are you at the time? At the time, Kuiji was already appointed by the emperor as the teacher to the court.
那这个那个魁基法师他就是讲说，你呀，你昨天晚上啊，睡觉的时候啊，你把这个，因为有跳蚤啊，在你身上，你有2只，你把它抓下来放在地上，有一只把腿掉下来的时候把腿折断了，另外一只摔下的时候你已经把它摔死了，放下去的时候已经摔死，而且他去阎罗王去告你。
Well, Kuiji was no slouch, and he said, well, look at yourself. When you slept last night, 2 fleas were on you, and you didn't like it, and you flicked them off. One broke a leg. Well, the other one is even worse, died. And both of them went to King Yama, the king of the hells, and complained about you.
所以那个魁基大师说，还好我在那里昨天晚上去跟阎罗王跟你求情，还好放过你。
Luckily, King Yama was very kind, and he let you go.
所以这样子讲了以后，就道宣法师就觉得奇怪，他躺下来就打呼打的那个震天震地的，他怎么知道我抓了这个2个那个跳蚤呢？所以他就觉得说，这个魁基法师真的是不简单。
So Dao Shen at that point realized something, that this man, even though he was snoring up a storm, but in the midst of all that noise, he was alert. He knew exactly what was going on all night. So Dao Shen realized that he's not dealing with a normal person.
所以这个这样子的在那里也等到没有天人送饭，他就说干脆还是回家吃饭好了，因为他不想再继续等，他也许也没有饭吃，所以他就回家。
So they make peace, and Kuiji waited a little bit more and saw that again no meal was forthcoming, decided to just go home, not want to waste any more of his time.
那个他回家以后了，第二天呢，他回家以后第二天那个天人来送饭了，来送饭给道宣法师。那道宣法师非常的不高兴，他说：“你怎么昨天没有来送饭？我的朋友在那里要吃你的天人饭，你怎么都没有到，害我都没有面子。”然后他也很不高兴的。
Well, then, after he left that second day, sure enough, by midday, meals appeared. At that point, Venerable Dao Shen was very, very annoyed. He said to the heavenly being, "You really make me unhappy. My friend came yesterday, and you didn't bring anything. Well, he was very unhappy with you, and I also lost faith. What is going on?"
所以那个天人啊，他就跟道宣法师讲说：“昨天啊，我因为那个来这个道场的时候啊，整个山头都是发光的，因为他这个发这个亮光啊，他没有办法看到这个路怎么走进来， 所以这个他就没有办法送饭。
Well, the heavenly being came clean and said, "You know what happened yesterday? I did come. But as soon as I approached the mountain, I saw that it was completely shrouded in bright light. The entire mountain. It was so bright, there's no way I could even find it. I couldn't get in."
所以他这个不能够接近，然后他就去问那个当地的土地神啊，是说怎么一回事？这个那么大的光在那里，没有办法。他就跟他说，这个你前面的这个是有肉身菩萨在那里，所以你不能够接近那里。
So when I couldn't get close, I sought out the ground spirit of the mountain and I asked him, "What is going on here? Why such bright light?" And the spirit spilled the beans and told me, "You know why? There is a great bodhisattva in flesh here today in these mountains."
所以像这个菩萨在那里发大光，在这个天人没办法接近，跟他解释了以后，然后道宣法师说：“哇，这个是一个大菩萨，所以就生大惭愧，就包括睡觉打呼，这个都不可以轻看的，轻视他。”
Thereupon, the Venerable Daoshen understood that he was indeed not dealing with an ordinary person, that Kuiji was someone truly special, and he felt ashamed for slighting Kuiji and his snoring, that it's just something he didn't understand until now.
好，这个就是一个发光的这个故事，然后我们再继续看经文。
So that's the story about emitting light and the awesome effect. Let's return to the sutra.
好，下面经文唯然大圣，我心念言，今日世尊住奇特法，今日细雄，住佛所住，今日细言，住道须行，今日
细因，
住
追圣道，今日天尊行如来德，去来现在佛相念，得无今佛念诸佛耶？何故微神光乃尔？
所以这个经文也是在继续在讲说为什么佛发光的这个事情。所以这一段是由那个阿难来回答的。经文上唯然大圣，这个唯然就是非常谦卑，是说是的决定是这样子，唯然就是是的。然后大圣当然就是讲释迦牟尼佛。
So the sutra is about Ananda's speech, who said, "Indeed, for sure, great sage being the Buddha."
好，我心念言，像这个就是我心里想的话，心里想的事情，就是他心里面的一个发出来的这个声言的声音。
Ananda said, in my heart, I was thinking that today the world honored one dwell in a Dharma that is truly special and unusual.
好，就是他心里是这样子想：今天世尊住起特法，就是今天就是法会那时候，释迦牟尼佛他住在这个超出别人世间所没有的非常奇特的一个法里面，然后这个有在我们的那个唐朝那个慧远大师他有讲这个四种奇特法。
So this very special and unusual Dharma indeed is characterizes what the state of the Buddha, of Shakyamuni Buddha, and it's a state, his conduct indeed is exceeds that of all the other people, and it's something that cannot be found in the world, which is why we call it very special and very unusual. And Hui Yuan, the great master Hui Yuan, expounded on this kind of special Dharma, and of which there are 4 different kinds.
好，我讲这个四种奇特法应该是经文的，不是慧远大师的。他哪4种就是后面我们的经文的一个4种奇特法。他第一个我们还没有念过，还没有念过这个。
念过了。
念过了哈。
对。
念过了。
对了。
第一个就是说四雄诸佛所住，是言诸导师恒，今入四雄住最圣道，还有天尊行如来德，这个四种。
Actually, the 4 different kinds of special Dharma is in the sutra itself, and these are the 4. Today, the world-honored abides in the state in which all Buddhas abide. Today, the world eyes abides in the guiding teacher's conduct. Today, the world valiant one abides in the supreme way. Today, the heaven-honored one carried out the virtues of the Tathagatas.
好，这个像第一句，他四雄住诸佛所住，这个是在讲四雄，它就是世间最凶猛的，称为四雄。那诸佛所住，就诸佛所住，这个是住在涅槃，涅槃那边得到这个涅槃果，这个是都是所有的诸佛在那里同住的，就是在讲释迦牟尼佛住在这个涅槃那里。
So let's take it one at a time. The first one, today, the world-honored one abides, the world hero abides in the state in which all Buddhas abide. So what does it mean? It means that, first of all, we respectfully call the Buddha the world hero, and which is another name, of course, because of his awesome bravery, which is why we call him the hero. And this hero abides in a state that's dwelt by all the Buddhas in the universe. And what is that state? That state is the nirvana state, a state of no defilement, and which is the state of all Buddhas. And they all dwell in the same state. So this world hero abides in a state of great nirvana.
好，我们再讲一句：今日是言佛之这个今日是言助诸导师之行，这个是言，这个也是佛陀的另外一个别的名号。助导师行呢，这个就是他这个佛，他是一个导师来教化人家，教化所有众生，然后能够入这个佛法，所以这个就是一个他阿难他所想到的、想要说的他自己心里的话。
Well, the second explanation of this special Dharma exhibited by the Buddha has to do with our reverently calling him the world's eyes, another title for the Buddha. And the reason is he is like our eyes. He's like the eyes of all worldly living beings. And these eyes are able to see the proper view, have the proper view. So it's truly the eyes for all of the world. And so that we can see all the Dharmas. And it's another way for the Buddha as the teacher to transform living beings, which is why the Buddhas abides in that state.
好，第三句它就是今日是因住最胜之道。这个是因也是佛的另外一个名号。这个佛在世间是最为英胜的，就是英就是英雄，最殊胜的，所以称为是因。
The third explanation, we call the Buddha the world's valiant one. And this valiant one abide by the most supreme way. It's also another title for the Buddha, and it's because of his valiant and heroic deeds. And we respect him as a world valiant being.
好，第四句就是今日世尊行如来之德。那这个在今日天尊天尊就是讲起来也是佛的另外一个名字。在那个慧眼大师他有讲。这个天尊他有5种这个说法。
The fourth special Dharma exhibited by the Buddha, we call him the conduct of the heavenly honored one. Yet another name for a Buddha. Heaven, the term heaven, there are 5 different kinds, as explained by Venerable Hui Yuan.
其实这个也是在《涅槃经》上面有这样子一个讲法，他的注解。这个天尊就是4天，第一个就是4天，就是4天连王，这个就是世尊的另外一个说法。他其实这个4天连王就是天子。
quoting the sutra on nirvana, the 5 kinds of heavenly beings. The first one is the heavenly being, the heavenly king dwelling in the world. Another name for that is the Son of Heaven.
好，第二个就是天尊，就是他是升天，就是在是王天，或者乃至一直到会想出天。
The second explanation for heaven refers to the 4 heavenly king, all the heavenly layers, state, up to including the heaven of thought, no thought, and
OK， 还有第三个就是净天，就是非常清净的那个天，就是就这个就是讲西头梵，一直到比支佛。
The third state of heaven is called the pure heaven. That's where Srotapanya, the first state of Arhathood, including Pratyeka Buddhas.
好，第四个是讲义天，义就是义气的义，正义的义，那个是诸佛就是佛菩萨的，就是讲菩萨他的境界，然后他是达到法空寂静的这个义天。
The fourth one is the heaven of meaning. That's where all the bodhisattvas dwell, where they have ability and understanding of the emptiness and stillness of all the dharmas.
好，第五个就是第一义天。第一义天的话，就是在讲佛如来，这一些他的知道这个佛性不空亦故，所以这个就是第一义天。那佛释迦牟尼佛他是5天中的之上，所以叫做天尊。
The fifth one is the first meaning heaven, meaning that Buddhas, Tathagatas, who understand that the Buddha nature is never empty, never void, understanding that meaning. And since the Buddha is above all 5 layers of heaven, which is why we call him the heaven-honored one.
好，我们再看经文。气来现在佛相念，得无今佛念诸佛也，何故为神光来耳？这个也是说他阿难他自己心念里面想到的事情，就是说气来现在就是讲诸佛那边都是佛相念佛，都互相来能够相念，就是讲说要照顾这个照顾那个，都互相的来照念，然后这个所以得无今佛念诸佛也就是他得到这个今佛念诸佛，就是讲今佛是讲释迦牟尼佛，就是来念诸佛。你达到这个佛相同的时候，都是互相来相念。然后这个是不是这样子 微神，就是微神光，就是你所发出的的身体的这个光耀是这样子的一个这样子，所以这一些都是讲阿难他自己的信念所讲出来的。
So Ananda continued his inquiry. He said, the Buddha of past, present, and future are mindful of each other. Could it be that the present Buddha, who is Shakyamuni Buddha, is mindful of all the Buddhas too? And of course, all the Buddhas, their states are exactly the same, and they are indeed aware and mindful of all of each other. And so Ananda said, is that why your awesome appearance is so brilliant?
所以后面有开始就是佛陀来答复这个阿难他的想法，所以我们今天经文我们就讲到这里。我想跟大家这个关于发光的，我们念佛的一个非常有名的善导大师，他是二祖。所以一祖是慧远，第二祖就是善导大师。他每念一声佛号，就有一道光明从嘴巴出来。
So at this point, later on in following this inquiry from Ananda, the Buddha then went into explanation, which we'll cover next time. But I would like to, at this point, talk a little bit more about emitting light, and this has to do with the second patriarch of Pure Land, first one being Huiyuan, Venerable Huiyuan. This one, Great Master Sandao, was also remarkable. And every time he recites the Buddha's name, one recitation, a beam of light emitted from his mouth.
因为善导大师他念佛大部分都住在终南山那边，所以你后面就称为他是终南大师，或者是光明和尚，因为他每念一个佛号口都有光明。
So since he was such a remarkable Pure Land cultivator, and he lived in Zhongnan Mountain, south of Chang'an, he was also known as the Great Master of Zhongnan. And since he emitted such light while reciting the Buddha's name, he was also called among the Master of Bright Light.
好，我想我们今天的经文就讲到这里。大家有没有什么问题要问的
Any questions?
这里有没有？那边没有，没有。Okay.
Nothing online? Okay.
那没有，我们就可以做回向，因为时间也是超过一点。
Let's return the merit.
那个经文师他要帮忙来唱英文的回向。Okay. Yeah. Or no?
Can I use this one? Okay. So let's dedicate our merit in English, in my perfect Polish English. And so the idea is that all the goodness, what we generate being here together, investigate the Dharma, we can direct to send to those who are have difficulties, have problems, we can support them. And as you observe in this planet Earth, a lot of places needs our support, like for instance in Australia right now with many different wildfires, many animals lost their lives, many people lost their properties. And so it's our choice when we want to, with who we want to share these blessings, what we created here. Maybe you need, maybe your cat or dog or your mom or whoever. So now is the time.
Lord, you have the cat, right?
Right. So for instance, when our Dharma friend who is coming here, his cat is passing. She's very care about him every day. You know, it's kind of touching to see how he's dedicated to support this animal. So so you have a sheets, right? It's
Yeah.
dedication of merit.
Okay. 我们就依照这个。好。
May every living being our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may our minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of our endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Okay. Any
announcements?
announce?
So, I guess that this coming Wednesday, Stephen Tainer, one of the teacher, is lecturing from more than 20 years, will start the new semester here. And if I could remember, he will, in this semester, will talk and explain some principles from the Yogacara school, only consciousness school. That could be very interesting for those who want to study deep Buddhist psychology, I can say. So this is Wednesday. Thursday we have Inside Berkeley Meditation Community, like always, 7:30. It will be James Barras. And next Saturday we are back to our regular program here at the monastery, so 9 a.m.
So Friday no program, right?
No, Friday we still don't have. So first Stephen is starting. And the Professor Marty Verhoeven will start, if I could remember, January 31st. And he continue the lecturing of Avadhamsaka Sutra. Our Dharma brothers from Abhayagiri are just started yesterday the winter retreat, 3 months winter retreat. So you can meet them the first Tuesday is coming April. And anything else, Jin-Fo Shr?
You want to say something? We go to the trip.
Yes. I have a question. How about the YC Buddha recitation's name? Does tomorrow it is? This is the first.
Tomorrow?
No? Okay. So we have a meditation group on Sunday. We'll start, I think, in next month, first Sunday. And also, Jin-Fo Shr mentioned to me that we have a group of people who are going to visit and support our friends in Iowa, in Minnesota. So Jin-Fo Shr shipped the 10 sets of the Dharma bell and Dharma, the grand bell. So we're going 10 of us. We're going to Iowa and Minnesota. We'll organize some retreat over there. And
What date?
January 10th to
10 to 20.
10 to 20. Oh.
Right. So Jin-Fo Shr and myself will be away in this time, but Jin-Chuan Shr is returning from Taiwan. Now he's in Singapore, and Jin-He Shr after him. So Jin-Chuan Shr will be this coming Saturday. I think he will probably cover the lecture, I'm guessing, or Reverend Heng Sure, we'll see. So anyways...
Yeah, next week, lecture tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Okay. So any questions or any comments?
Who's the lecturer for the Yokogara?
Stephen Tainer.
Stephen Tainer?
Tainer. He's the lay teacher, but very well known here in our community. He's lecturing here from the beginning, from the moment when this monastery was established. He has a lot of background with Tibetan Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism, Taoism. He's actually walking encyclopedia of Buddhism, I can say, but also very skillful teacher who in very skillful way translate the Dharma principle to the modern mind, to the modern time. So if you have never had a chance to hear him, please come Wednesday, 7:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. 好，我们起来就
Is it just one lecture or series?
Okay, we stand up, 3 bow. Okay.顶礼老和尚，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛。